A lot of people want to run New York City. It's official. New York State Senator Jessica Ramos announcing she is running for mayor of New York City.
Yeah, the progressive state senator from Queens calls her campaign challenging Mayor Adams in next year's Democratic primary her love letter to the city. She joins us now to talk about that. You represent parts of Queens. Thank you so much for joining us, State Senator Ramos. Let me ask you, so many people obviously are focused on the general election this November. The mayoral election isn't until next November. Why announce now?
Well, it's going to be here in the blink of an eye. We're only 9 months away from the Democratic primary. That's going to take place in June next year. And I want to get out there and make sure that I am meeting New Yorkers where they live in every corner of these great 5 boroughs.
You made this announcement on Friday. The federal investigations have anything to do with the timing of your announcement?
No, you know, it took weeks and months for me to talk to my family, my team, supporters, record those videos, and make sure that we were launching a serious campaign so that people know how much I love the city, what our vision is for the city. Over the next 9 months, I'm going to be talking a lot about policy because I want to run a very substantive campaign. I didn't know what the news was going to be this past week. It's very unfortunate.
You're talking about the mayor's top lawyer resigning.
I am. That was really heartbreaking and disappointing to me. We've heard scandals now in the FDNY, at top brass at the NYPD. I feel like people's trust in our government institutions is eroding, and it's unfair to us who pay taxes, who expect the basic effective delivery of services, picking up the garbage, paving our potholes, making sure our schools are fully funded, that there aren't any games being played with the funding for our children. That should be sacred, and I say that as a mom.
Okay, I know that those are very important points. Also, kind of one of the big talking points in your district, people were tweeting me this morning, prostitution in your neighborhood, human trafficking in your neighborhood, going on for months now.
Years.
Years.
Decades,
but
even.
It has gotten worse.
It has.
It has gotten worse in the last year.
It has. It feels terrible as a woman to see how women are being exploited by human traffickers.
How would you handle that? Because there's talk and reports that you want to decriminalize prostitution.
Well, the state would have to do that. The mayor cannot do that.
Well,
what the mayor
you're a state senator now.
Yes, but I don't carry any legislation to do that. What I would want to do as mayor is make sure that we're giving NYPD the supports that they need in order to go after these human traffickers. You know, this has been going on since the 90s. I'm born and raised in my district. You know, I've been living here my entire life. It has existed my entire life.
I know, but I've heard it's really bad now.
It is worse now. I'm not trying to talk it down. I'm trying to say that a lot of these prostitution rings have existed, and we've had the time to dissolve them, to catch people. I mean, the mayor was in my district a few months ago closing brothels for a photo op. No one was arrested and investigated. None of the women were liberated and shown where services can be sought.
The children that are out there being trafficked.
Children. Oh, my children see all of this stuff along Roosevelt Avenue every day when they hop on the subway to school. And I don't think any of us want to see that happening. I have heard that, and I've seen that some of the women might not be women that I'm seeing on Roosevelt Avenue. I often wonder if they're actually 18 years old. It's heartbreaking, and it actually should be a priority for the city of New York to end this business, to work with the feds in order to address this nonsense.
Okay, so if you are able to be mayor, what is it that you think that you bring to the table that Mayor Adams is not doing, or that other candidates, because, you know, Brad Lander has announced that he's running. There are some other people that are kind of putting their toe in the water. But what do you think separates you from everybody else?
I think there are two things. The obvious is I'm the only woman in the race. I bring a certain perspective, trying to raise a family here. And then the second is I'm the only candidate that's actually worked at City Hall, including the current mayor and the other candidates. I've seen the best and worst. I can envision what it's like to fix the nuts and bolts of the interagency work that needs to happen in order for us to have a city government that works. There shouldn't be so much nonsense or in chaos around basic government services being delivered. And that's really what New Yorkers expect. I think someone who talks to them straight, someone who hustles as hard as they do every day, because that's what we New Yorkers are. We're very hard workers. The mayor should be equally hardworking in delivering our services.
So you worked under de Blasio, right?
I did.
Did you think he was a good mayor?
I started my career in the city council 20 years ago during the Bloomberg administration. I worked for a few years on the pre-K team and on the communications team for Mayor de Blasio. I'm very thankful to him for universal pre-K.
Did you think Mayor de Blasio was a good mayor?
I think Mayor de Blasio had good things and had things that didn't help. I don't think the mornings at the gym were helpful in creating trust with New Yorkers. You know, we're early risers. We have to go, you know, make money. That's what New Yorkers do. So I think that left some sour taste in people's mouths. I'm up early in the morning. I'm a mom. That's what I have to do. So that it's the same opposite with Mayor Adams and him enjoying exclusive nightclubs at night. I don't have that luxury. I have to check homework and go to bed. That's what I think the work ethic of the mayor should be.
All right, you called your campaign a love letter to the city. What is it you love about the city?
It's people. I really do. I love people. I love talking to New Yorkers. New Yorkers are very smart and ask great questions. I want to be able to recruit the top talent in the city and really give people the ability to show us their expertise and believe that they can do their job. That's what I think a good manager does. And loving the city, I think, means wanting to see it beautiful and clean and really thinking through how we're addressing our affordable housing crisis, right? Which includes homelessness, which includes families that are having trouble making ends meet. There's a lot of work to be done to put us on pace to reach the goal of, I think it's like 600,000 affordable housing units over the next 10 years. And we're nowhere near on pace right now.
Well, State Senator Jessica Ramos, I'm sure we're going to hear from you over the next 9 months.
I hope to be invited back soon.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you so much for having me.